My, oh my, Steve, I am so overwhelmed, stressed out. This week is like starting wrong foot. I feel like so overwhelmed and stressed by so many tasks.
I mean, we could use a little extra help, couldn't we all?
Yes, we could. Do you have anything in mind?
David, do I have a surprise for you this morning? I've got a surprise for you. We have a wonderful guest who might have some help for us. So today, on this wonderful Monday morning, we have a very special guest. We have Anne Lackey, and she is the co-founder of a company called HireSmart. And thank you so much for being on the show. Could you tell us and our viewers a little bit about you and your company? What do you guys do over there at HireSmart?
So thank you for having me, guys. My name is Anne Lackey, as you mentioned, and I am the co-founder of HireSmart Virtual Employees, and we provide virtual staff for all of our clients, mostly in support type roles. So we can take all of those pesky little tasks off your plate.
I'm intrigued. So as far as property management is concerned, because we try to focus on community associations here. So as far as property management is concerned, what are some of the more common things that they're looking for?
Well, a lot of it is homeowner relations, right? You get those calls from those homeowners and they have questions about their bill or want to do letters to change, ARC requests, all of that kind of stuff. We do a lot of that for our clients. We do a lot of just traffic copying, requests come in, where do they go? We do a lot of support for the on-site managers or the property managers, making sure their phone calls are answered, emails are answered timely so that the clients get better customer service. So we take, again, a lot of those support type roles that we do. And we do a lot in accounting, accounts payable, accounts receivable. Again, a lot of the routinary tasks that keep our clients from really focusing on the client experience. We kind of make sure that we handle that for them.
Excellent. No, it's a pretty specialized niche. Now, we pride ourselves at JGS as being a niche broker for community association. How about you? What is your niche?
Well, I was a broker for 18 years. I actually just returned my license last month. Oh. And so I have that experience of being a broker. I didn't have a community association management company, but my aunt ran one of the largest community association management companies in Atlanta. And I was around it for most of my life growing up. And so I know a lot about it. But I ran a brokerage that did mostly property management residential. So a lot of the components are very similar. We're like the redheaded stepchildren to community association managers because we have to enforce those rules, and you guys are always like punching us for that. So that's really kind of my claim to fame, is because I have that experience. I bring that to our virtual workers in a certification class that really helps our people connect the dots and help our clients that much faster.
And you've been doing this in the community association field for quite some years. Is that right?
Yeah, I've been in business for a little over 9 years because I started in my own firm, of course. And then we got into the community association management space about 7 years ago. And it has just blossomed. We kind of went all in community association management about 5-6 years ago, and really helping the community association managers understand what's possible with our virtual employees and what they can do.
All right. So let me ask you one more question, Steve, before you jump in. How do you help a company really optimize the performance of its resources and its efficiency? How do you help them?
Well, I think it's by providing really good staff. I mean, we all know in the community association management, as well as all other companies really, are having trouble finding and keeping good employees. And so we, by providing excellent support roles to our clients, take a lot of that routinary task. So let's just use a receptionist just as an example. So if you're able to find a receptionist here in the US, you're going to be paying probably $50,000 to $60,000 on average per year, plus benefits, et cetera, et cetera. And you will hope that they will last 5 to 6 months, whereas ours is less than $20,000 a year, and they tend to last for years. I've had people working for me for 7 years, 8 years, even 9 years, and for our clients as well. So we provide a lot of that stability because we find people that love to do what they do. And we do staffing very, very differently than pretty much anybody in the industry because of our hiring process and how we work to find those quality virtual employees for.
Are we talking about a global workforce here?
We are talking about a global workforce. I source specifically from the Philippines for a wide variety of reasons. I'm happy to talk about that if that's of interest. And so therefore, you do have a lower rate for them, but yet we give our people 30 to 40% more in their salary than they were making. We give them healthcare benefits, dental benefits, and a community of support. We are their HR team as well as our clients' HR team. So that's really what it's kind of the trifecta for having, again, that long-term hiring strategy for our client.
Interesting. So you did mention something about the hiring process. And why is it very important right now?
Well, again, the workforce, again, whether you're hiring locally or globally, you have to have a system that works. We take that system very seriously. We have an assessment platform. We have multiple rounds of interviews. I mean, just to give you an example, for one of our virtual employees, just to interview with our clients, they invest 5 to 6 hours between assessments and interviews, and we streamline that process. So our clients only spend about an hour and a half to 2 hours to interview and pick the very best candidate that they like because of the way that we work. Having a systematic way of hiring now is so important, because if you're not constantly hiring and looking for good talent, you're going to be behind the 8 ball. It takes longer to find and source people just in general. And if you're not constantly having people coming into your pipeline, you are going to have a challenge with your workforce.
If Steve had a management company, and he decides to contact you to find some help for some more manual tasks to relieve his team, would he actually have the opportunity to meet virtually the persons that would be kind of hired to his staff?
Yeah, no, so we're very different than most staffing companies in general. I am what I call a paid search. So you're going to pay me to find you the very best person, do all the assessments, we have what we call our 1-week certification. That's my secret sauce. That's why we have an over 97% success rate in our placements, because of the way that we work and the way that we do. So this is your virtual employee. In other words, I want you to treat them like that. I want you to have meetings with them. I want you to have KPIs and expectations, just like you do your internal US staff. I want you to treat them just almost the same.
Very cool.
So what kind of questions do I need to ask internally to make a decision, to make that leap of faith, or make that jump to say, okay, maybe it's time to hire a virtual employee?
Sure. Well, I think the first thing you do is you look at your staff. You do what I call a staff audit. And this is something we help our clients do and go through the process even before they ever engage with us. So if anybody's interested, I'm happy to do that for you. But you look and you talk to your staff and you go, okay, Joni, what is keeping you from being your very best? What tasks are you spending time on that really you don't want to do, or is really pulling your focus from what you have been tasked to do? Because every person that we hire to solve a problem, right? So you want to know what those tasks are that are keeping that person from reaching that goal of that position. Then, having a conversation with me and making sure, can it be done? And honestly, if it can be done with a computer and a phone and doesn't require physical presence, I can probably find you that wonderful person. Then, the other thing to get ready, of course, is, do you have people that are working remote? Because there's a technology piece. You need to be prepared for technology. Again, that's something that we help our clients think through. Some people are drowning in accounting work. Some people are drowning with the homeowner request. Some people are drowning in compliance and administrative things. And we handle all of those types of positions for our clients. And it's just thing, if anybody's interested in what they can do, I'm happy to give you 40 things they can do for community association management to kind of get yourself kind of thinking about, well, wow, what is possible?
I wanted to ask you about some things that's dear to your heart, is how important your corporate responsibility is into the way you built your company.
Philanthropy is very important to us. Matter of fact, every hire we give our clients, we bring them into this process and we say, we have a not-for-profit called HireSmart Cares, and they become a part of that. Our initiative here is to change the world one hire at a time. And we do that by helping our clients and, with their roles, but also helping kids. If we're going to impact the next generation, we have to help kids. And we do that through HireSmart Cares and our U.S. Careers and Development. Now, toxic culture, I don't put up with it. We are very clear in our core values and who we serve and how we serve. And the minute that somebody says something contradictory to those core values, then we have this conversation that says, this is who we are and what we're about. If this is not what you want to do anymore, because people's lives change, then it's a time for them to either step them up and get them back on the track, or step them out and replace them. So we are we're very adamant about the fact that you have to have a service mindset to work for me as a virtual employee, as well as for my US team as well.
We love to give our guests on the show an opportunity to thank somebody. Could be a mentor, it could be somebody who's influenced your career. So if you don't mind sharing with us, maybe who just a thank you to somebody in your life.
So I have a lot of people I would thank. First of all, it would be my husband. My husband has been a great mentor to me. He's a little older than I am, and so we have had the privilege of having his experience and his support. He has been with me. I say co-founder because he has done all of this, and we have bootstrapped every business that we have ever started. I would also say to my great grandfather, who started Federal Savings and Loan here in Atlanta. It was a savings and loan that I got my first start in the HR department, and that kind of set me on a trajectory of HR and staffing. And without his VP HR, which was Beverly Jeffcoat, I probably wouldn't be where I was.
Thank you so much for sharing with us today.
It has been my pleasure. I look forward to helping and serving in the Community Association Management Company, and I look forward to seeing you at the next event.
Absolutely.
See you next week.
All right.